Alright, this is the Super Mario RPG Let's Play. We're just gonna start a new game. Gonna go with my username. It's been a while since I played this game. That's a classic. Just hadn't gotten around to playing it in a while. Yeah, it's interesting with the look of this game. They did, like they did with Donkey Kong Country, they ended up using 3D models, and then they just, I guess they recorded it somehow, like some kind of GIF format that they would just use, like video, I don't know what you call it, like a video of the models going through different motions. Which is why it doesn't look like Super Mario World or a lot of the other Super NES games. Alright. The one part about this opening sequence is these battles, you get no experience. But you're also healed between them, so they're really just kind of make busy work. Oh yeah, and the critical hits in this game. Notice how I'm doing 2 hits. You do that. A is attack, and you press A right before he swings, you'll do another hit. That's how all the critical attacks work in this game. I'm just gonna try and fight one of these. Oh, I thought you could fight them. I guess not. And here we go. Once again, Bowser has taken the princess. Mario's here to take her back. He's actually doing it a lot quicker than he normally does, which should let you know something's up. Yeah. That's the gimmick of this fight, is you're supposed to actually hit the chain. So you actually, so you knock Bowser down, and here Toadstool's telling us to do exactly what I'm already doing. Yeah, you could also do timed blocks. Right before an attack hits, if you hit A, your character, in this case we only have Mario, but I'll do that with all the other ones we get. They will do some kind of little guard animation to look like they're trying to block the attack, and you can either lower the amount of damage that it'll actually do to your character. So yeah, I'm kind of talking over these scenes, but if you've ever played a Mario game, this is basically the setup. Is it looks like the end of a normal Mario game, where he has the final confrontation with Bowser, and he's about to save the princess. Oh no! Something's different! What could it be? And yes, the main enemy of this game makes his debut, brutally interrupting Bowser and Mario's fight. And there the stars go off into different parts of the world, and oh, one of them lands right in the castle. So they got the little sound for going into the pipes. And here, you just press B to jump, and everything's just fine. There you go, you can take a nap. Didn't need to, but that's how you do it. You press B to wake him up like that, and B to jump back. Yeah, the bed is when you want to basically take a nap and refresh your HP and flower points, which we're going to be going over pretty soon. Once we talk to Toad here, and go through a little scene. Of course, he's silent through the entire game. You're forgetting something. Yes, and these are the save blocks. This is where you go to save your game. We're going to be using these instead of save states. Yeah, that was just a test one, so... back, see what the deal with this sword landing into Bowser's Keep is all about. Oh, and now we can't get into Bowser's Keep. Because we're just starting the game, we can't be done already. Presumably he's actually speaking to the characters when he does these little mime things, or either that or they're really good at interpreting Mario's little mime actions. The HP. Yes, and this is the little tutorial as to explain, well, one, how items work, and the other thing, once it goes over HP. So... deal with the items. If you ever played Earthbound, I think there's a few other games that do it, but what they have in this game is you have only one of each item, and then they take a certain amount of space on a list. So you're pretty limited as far as how many items you can have at any given time. It's not such a big deal, but later on in the game, you end up getting stuck with having to make a lot of choices about what items you're gonna keep and get rid of. And this is the fighting tutorial, which is... which I'm surprised they're doing now. Why didn't they do it before? But whatever. And here he explicitly lays out how the timed hits work. Those attacks I always have trouble getting the timing quite right on. What it looks like is you do it right before you get the sound of it actually hitting. Yeah, and it doesn't always work. Not all the specials work this way, but some specials, to do extra damage, you gotta do it a little differently. I forget if they actually give you a tutorial for ones that work that way, but I'll mention them when we get them. Sorry. That's just taking the time. I'll try not to do that too much. Mention it, but he did give us 3 mushrooms. What else to say? Yeah, once I upload this video, I'm gonna put stats for each of these enemies. These first ones, it won't be a big deal since they're pretty easy, but it'll be more helpful when we get to the bosses. Particularly their weaknesses and what they're invulnerable to. Coin blocks too in this game. I mean, once you use them, I believe except for a few, you can only use them, you can only hit them once. Or collect what's inside them once. There are a few that refresh. But I'll mention those as they come. Finally get something different. With these guys, until you reach level 2, you can't beat them even with a timed attack. So that's why I'm using jump on them. But I actually don't have enough now. Oh, and we're gonna have to heal. we get the lucky. I even brought up the little bonuses you can get. Yeah, before we already got an HP max from a Goomba. That, of course, maxed out our HP, but... And, of course, it'll only do it to whatever character gets it. And, of course, the lucky gives you this chance to do this little mini-game to get double or nothing on your coins. And it was a tie, fortunately, so didn't lose much. Yeah, I can't get the timing on that. Oh, we get the level up! Just like any good old RPG, we get stat boosts. This one we get to choose an extra bit of stat boost. This one, oh yeah, the deal with this is sometimes the stats will give a little bit more than normal. Like this one is normal for the attack and defense. That's only 1 for each. HP goes up by 3, but the magic attack goes up by 3 and magic defense by 1, so we'll go with that one. Oh, the honey syrup. That recovers 10 flower points. Pretty obvious. Oh, the other thing, the flower points. When we get another character, we share flower points, so... So there's that. Now I'm getting HP max. Beat him in one hit, so now I don't have to waste flower points on jumping on him. Yeah, managed to get the timed hit, but it didn't work. Little flowers. See these throughout the game, but I mean they spin you around, but then they let you do a higher jump, so otherwise we wouldn't be able to reach these platforms. And that box that we picked up, that was that increased our flower points. Now we have 11. Gets caught a couple times. He'll get caught one more time, but then it'll be the boss of this area. And the flower tab, that'll also increase our flower points by, that's an item. We have to use it, but that'll increase our flower points by 1 and refill our flower points, so completely. Unlike the honey syrup, which only does 10. Of course, for now we only have 11, so 10 is enough, but later on when we get more, we want to have items that can refill by more. Yeah, I didn't hit that one before because that's HP flower points refresh, so I'm gonna use it after going through here. I'm gonna come back and get it. Get another lucky. Get the Spikies too. Not gonna risk the experience points. Yeah, like other Mario games, jumping is not effective against the Spikies. Fortunately, they don't hurt you like other games, so it's just kind of worthless to try. However, there is an accessory that you can get later that'll let you jump on enemies that are normally immune to jumps, but we do not have that yet, so no point in worrying about that yet. Lucky, a lot of my practice runs I kept getting 18s. I believe the Spikies, I'm not looking at their stats right now, but I believe they have 20 HP. So if you get 18, you still have to hit them again. And miss the time hit, or the time block. Oh well. Stats. 7. Yeah, I guess we can use Another lucky. I didn't mention it before, but these Spikies give attack ups for their special bonus. I'm not any good at those, so... Not any good at the lucky games, apparently, so I'm just gonna skip them. Yeah. Yeah, I got an 18 and wasn't quite enough. I'll try not to do too much grinding, but since I'm fairly close to level 3, I'll just go ahead and do that on screen. Fire orb. I don't have memorized which levels give the best bonuses, which is why I'm checking them all the time. See, it refreshes all the flower points. Like you. Oh no. And he's got a mean streak. Be careful. Alright. I didn't check their weaknesses before, so I don't remember what their weakness was. I think it was jump. Well, it beat him pretty quick. I forget what stats Valor Up actually increase. Oh, we don't have enough for Fire Orb. Oh, missed. These guys are... Oh, they're weaker than the Spikies. Oh, the Flower Jar. That works like the Flower Tab, only that one gives... I believe 3. We'll see in a minute. Their hammer. Basically, this is our first weapon we can equip. So far, we've only been able to... Mario's just been fighting barehanded. I don't remember if they have an equip tutorial, but here's one. Item, and you see at the bottom, you see the attack goes up. Excuse me. The attack goes up. So, there you go. So obviously you have to equip in order for it to do anything. And we're going to check the jar. The jar was 3. Yeah, it's 3. Alright. Okay, for now, I'm just gonna call it, and next time we're going to the Mushroom Kingdom.